I've actually had to get my sunglasses out today, which feels really nice. It's beautiful morning. I'm hoping the sun stays today, and it's cold, but it's bright and it's sunny, and yeah, it just lifts your mood when you have a nicer day. And I've already had a nice morning because I don't know if I've mentioned that there's been a yoga studio open near me, like only like a 5-minute drive away. I think it's called Cairngorms Yoga, and I went last week the first time, and I went again today. There's a 6:30 class, which is maybe a bit early for some people, but that's kind of ideal for me. That's the kind of time I'm up and about anyway, and it's just lovely. The studio is really small. I think the class size is only up to 10 people, but she's done it so well. Like, it's such a lovely space. Like, it's like got underfloor heating, and the mats are gorgeous, and it smells nice, and it's just a really lovely way to start a random Thursday. But anyway, I've come up to Inverness today because I desperately need a haircut. Like, it's just not, I mean, it doesn't actually look as bad on camera, maybe it does in real life, but I like, it needs help, because the front bits in particular, all the layers have like grown out, and it needs like shaping again. I think last time I really liked that she'd left the front bit longer and then took more like bulk out the back and like shortened that. I go to Edge Hair Design in Inverness, if you're curious, because a lot of the stylists, or if not all the stylists, use vegan and cruelty-free products, and I have Karen as my hairdresser, and I've been going to that salon for probably as soon as I moved to the Highlands, pretty much like 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah, I do recommend it. I've had other stylists in there as well, and I've always enjoyed being in there and had like a good haircut. But I thought, because I had to come up to Inverness anyway and it's a nice day, I might do a little bit of like a solo date. I feel like I've not spent a lot of time in Inverness. I've often come up just to see like a friend or something and then headed back down the A9, because I live in the Cairngorms now. But I really would like to go and have a little wander around Ness Islands. I've not done that ages. They're really lovely island walk, just like a few minutes from the city centre. Inverness is a small city. It's the capital of the Highlands, and has a good amount of amenities, I'd say, but it is quite small, and it's quite a green city as well. You're never far from like green places and wildlife and nature, so it's a really lovely place to spend time. Of course, like to do some bookish stuff. I'm wondering if Leakey's is open today. I hope so. That's a really wonderful like second-hand bookshop. It's very atmospheric. It's got like a spiral staircase. It's gorgeous. I'm hoping to pop into there. I'll no doubt want to get a coffee at some point. Probably go around some thrift shops, just the usual kind of stuff you get with me on this channel. But I'm a bit early for my hair appointment, so I've just pulled into Hobbycraft because I kind of want to get myself a sketchbook. I don't own one. I have various other journaly watercolour pad things, but I don't actually own a sketchbook, and I've definitely been feeling a little bit more creative and arty recently, and I watched a Skillshare class on sketching recently. This is not sponsored. I do work with Skillshare a lot on my channel, but I also work with them because I use it all the time, and it was really inspiring. And I was like, oh, maybe I mean, part of me's like, do I need another sort of arty, journaly, sketchbooky thing? Maybe not, but I'm gonna have a little look as I'm here, see what I can find, and then head to my appointment. So I got my hair done and I love it. It looks so much healthier. I love the cut that she does now. It's definitely one of my favourite haircuts, if not my most favourite haircut I've ever had. I feel like I always say that every time I get my hair cut. But yeah, it looks so much shiny as well. I don't know what she does. I mean, realistically, it's cold and windy, so I'm probably going to have to wear a hat. But I felt I needed to at least show you whilst it looked cute. So it has been documented before I ruin it by wearing my hat. But I think I'm going to head into town now and kind of craving a wee coffee. I thought maybe we can get a coffee and then do a little walk around Ness Islands, because it's looking a little bit sus. It's looking a little bit grey, so I'm thinking it would be sensible to get that. First, I think I'm going to go, this is my dilemma. I kind of want a Perk donut, but that is further away. And I kind of want to, I saw that, oh my god, I can't speak. Birch Cafe is opened, and I've probably been there for way longer than I just haven't realised, but I went to Birch Cafe in when I was on Skye last autumn in Portree, and it was really nice coffee, kind of like Scandi vibes. And also I got a vegan flapjack from them before that I liked. I haven't been to this one in Inverness, so I am curious to check it out when it's closer. So I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to see when I get into town what I'm feeling like. But yeah, I'm going to get rig along because it's looking a little bit grey now, so fingers crossed it doesn't rain. So I got myself a coffee and what looks like an amazing cinnamon bun from Birch, and I'm just walking down the river here en route to Ness Islands, and the sun's come back out again, so let's hope that holds. Sorry for the road noise, we are still in the city, but I found this nice bench right next to the river, and it's been a lovely walk. Like, I forgot how pretty it is down here. It must have been at least a year since I was down here, and especially lovely at this time of year when it's like end of February, March is in a few days time, and spring is, you know, just around the corner. You've got all the crocuses and the daffodils and snowdrops, and it's just lovely. So I think I'm gonna read, hang on, a little bit of this book because it feels appropriate. It's all about urban wildlife, and although I would say Inverness, you know, it's more of a small rural city, if that's such a thing, you know, we've got a lot of green areas, it's still a city, so I thought it would be appropriate to read this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only about 78 pages through, but I think she's got a really nice writer's voice, and I feel like it's both interesting for people that know a fair bit about wildlife, but also people that don't really know much about wildlife. I think it's really well like set, if that makes sense. It's really accessible but still really interesting. And I'm gonna drink some of my coffee and have some of the cinnamon bun, which I don't know why I put my bag behind me, that wasn't what I thought out, but it is. Cinnamon buns are one of my favourite foods, alongside like donuts. I love sort of things like that. I think I'm gonna make a massive mess, this is my only concern, but look at that. Oh, it looks scrummy. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and then maybe have a little bit more of a wander around the islands before heading back into the city. So that was lovely, very peaceful. It's quite funny, like as you're just walking towards Ness Islands, it can still feel quite busy, but as soon as you get on the islands or near the islands, like it's so much quieter. I mean, it's still fairly busy because at the end of the day, you're in a city and it's a popular spot. Oh look, that's the sun coming out now. It's in and out today. But yeah, I feel refreshed. I did get the cinnamon bun everywhere, so I'm gonna have to stop by a toilet to wash my hands because they are very sticky. Oh gosh, you can't really see me now. But yeah, I think I'm quite excited to go into some charity shops because I would quite like to look for like more pieces for my spring summer wardrobe. I feel I'm a bit light. Sorry about the road noise. And obviously I'll look at books, and also I still need to replace 2 of my cereal bowls that are chipped, so I might look for those, and if I can be bothered I might go to TK Maxx for that as well, because that's where I got these bowls that I love originally, but it's a little bit more of a trek, so we'll see how we get on. I love how pink my face is. It got warm, guys. I mean, it didn't get warm. It just got too warm for like a thickish fleece and like a thick coat. I think it's the wind. It's quite chilly, but when that stopped and the sun came out a little bit, I was like, oh God, I'm wearing too many clothes. Hat came off. At least I got to show my hair off. And I can't stand being hot. Like, I'm not, although it's weird, I am a cold person. Like, I feel cold quite easily, but I feel like I can cope with it. As soon as I get hot, I'm just, oh my God, I can't cope. And then I was like in and out the shops, and they had their heating up because it had been so cold, and I was like, so yeah, there was a couple more shops I was thinking of going into, but I was like, no, I need to get back to the car. I need to have a little break from all the strenuous shopping. But I did go into some charity shops. Oh, I think Inverness has some decent ones. I really love the Highland Hospice. That's the first one I went to. Probably got the most clips on there, and I just think it's something else. Like, there's got some really nice stuff in there. It's laid out so lovely, but having said that, it's pricey. Like, it is pricier than some of the other charity shops. In fact, charity shops in general seem to be pricier than when I was a kid anyway. But yeah, but I love looking around there anyway. I didn't get anything from there, but I did get a couple of things. I got a book, obviously, and I got a fleece, which I am so excited about. But I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna head back home, see my doggy, and then I'll show you guys either when I get back, because you need to see this place, or tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a successful solo date. It's been a nice solo date. But yeah, thank you for keeping me company. I very much enjoyed taking you along with me. I just made myself peppermint tea, which is my go-to kind of soothing, getting into the evening tea, and I've got my spring mug out as usual, and thought I would just end of this vlog with showing you these few bits and pieces that I got. So the first thing you may have seen already was a sketchbook. I got this from Hobbycraft, which was actually really affordable. I think this was only about £3.50. I'm not sure if it was on sale or that's just always the way, but I thought it was just a really nice size. I kind of wanted one that I could easily take out and about with me, and I am someone that's intimidated by large pages. I found I'm a lot more consistent with doing anything arty if the pages are like a little bit smaller, and the pages, looks like nice quality. It's not, I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera, but it's not bright white, it's kind of like off-white, creamy, and I'm hoping that they'll be thick enough as well that you can probably get away with doing a little bit of painting if I wanted to, sketch something and then fill it in with watercolours or whatever. But the idea of this is just to play, have fun and experiment. So yeah, I'm excited to start creating in here. And then of course I got a book. I wasn't really looking for books because I've already done quite a big library haul that I showed you in my last vlog, I think, my spring reset, or at least a recent vlog. But I was like, saw this as like, oh, do you know what? I haven't read a Jenny Colgan in a long time. I think there was a point in this channel I was going on and on about Jenny Colgan, and I went through a real phase. I think I do this with authors, particularly like romance authors. I think my favourite is, I think it's the Bookshop on the Shore. I'll put it on screen if that's the wrong. I think there's two of them as well, which is confusing. There's like they're not, you can read them independently. I kind of ended up reading them backwards. But anyway, I got this because, to be honest, I'm now looking for like my summer reading, and has summer in the title, so I thought that would be fun. And in this we follow a character called Morag, and she is a pilot, and she comes from a family of successful pilots, and she ends up going back to Scottish Highlands. A lot of Jenny Colgan's books end up being set in Scottish Highlands, which obviously I love. I think she lives somewhere else, maybe London. London, and goes back to Scottish Highlands because she needs to take over like one of the tiny airlines on this, like, on these islands, because I think there's a family member that becomes ill. Yeah, her grandfather, and then she ends up in a sticky situation when the weather takes a dramatic turn and she ends up stranded on this remote island. Obviously not alone, she is stranded with this man, Gregor, who is gruff and reclusive and an ornithologist. And I think it's going to be one of those enemies and lovers, because they say they don't see eye to eye, but they have to work together to seek shelter and survive, basically. So I just think this will be a really fun read, and I'm excited to read some more Jenny Colgan. And then I've saved probably the most exciting purchase to last, which is this fleece that I got from the Shelter charity shop in Inverness, and it's a Patagonia one, as you can probably already tell. And I've never owned a Patagonian fleece because they're just really expensive, and I do occasionally see them secondhand, but they tend to still be expensive. I mean, this was £20, so I did and I did have a good look at it, because there's some areas that like a little bit baubled, probably won't even be able to see much on camera. It's in pretty good condition. There's just a little bit, you can tell it's been worn, but it didn't look extensively bad. And I do have like a shaving cutter that helps like get rid of baubles. I found that was really useful, particularly if you thrift a lot of clothing. It makes it last a lot longer. But I saw this on a mannequin when I went in and I was like, oh, because I wanted another fleece. That's been on my wish list since I got this, basically in the autumn, because I've been living in it. And I wanted another like colourful one. Always wanted a Patagonia one. So I kind of looked at the price and dithered, and then I was doing the rounds, and then a girl also looked at the price and I was like, oh no, now I need it. Now I know there's like competition, because I don't know if you watched a vlog I did, I think maybe the last time I was in Inverness thrifting with you guys, there was I looked at a dress on a mannequin and dithered a bit, and then by the time I got back someone else had bought it and I was like, this isn't happening to me again. So yeah, I mean, I tried it on in the shop and I really liked it, so I ended up buying it. But maybe just try this on for you guys so you can see it in its full glory. Here it is. It's getting a little bit dull here now, but hopefully you can see it. I really like it. You know when you try something on in a changing room and you're a bit like, oh, I don't know. I just was like, I'm gonna get it, because when am I ever gonna get this opportunity again? And I kept the receipt, and I'm going to Inverness next week actually, so I was like, return it, or I could sell it again on Vinted, all that kind of stuff, because it wasn't, you know, £20 is a decent amount of money. But I have to say I really like it. Look at this fun pattern with all the like flowers, and it's so me. I mean, it's so me, isn't it, really? Like, it's in some ways could have been made for me. I mean, I was a bit like, is the colouring, is it too like almost pastel? I was like, is it gonna wash me out? But you know what, I actually like it, and to be honest, it's also incredibly practical for my lifestyle. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping this one in my wardrobe for a little while. And I finally own a Patagonia fleece, which is something that I've kind of always wanted to own, and they feel great. And it's actually also a really nice weight. It's not too thick. Like, I could definitely wear this in spring, out hiking, or just around the house, probably in summer as well, because I live in the Highlands. And I'm probably not going to be able to show you the way I've set up the camera to say where I've paired it with my it's Pi. I've paired it with my, oh my god, active leggings from Organic Basics that I got recently, and I love these leggings, and this is probably how I'll mostly wear it, because these are just so practical. I think I want to get myself another pair, because I've just not taken them off since I got them. So yeah, I love how I've got like sunglass marks. I just noticed that on my face. My face is not used to sunglasses, it's been a while, but very much enjoyed my day out in Inverness, and had some like nice mini haul. I think that with charity shops, like 9 times out of 10 I get nothing, but that one time you do, feels really good. So very successful, and really nice to treat yourself now and again. So I reminded you guys to do the same, spend some quality time doing things you enjoy, maybe treat yourself to the odd thing. I don't think we do enough of that, to be honest. And thank you so much for keeping me company on this solo date. I love having you with me, and I will chat with you guys soon.